Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Growth. I'm Peter, your English practice partner and friendly guide through real-world conversations.
And I'm Sarah. Today we're diving into one of the most important and nerve-wracking experiences for English learners, the job interview.
Ah, yes, that heart-pounding moment when your name is called, you stand up, take a deep breath, and walk into the room. Suddenly, every English word you ever learned seems to disappear.
Right? It doesn't matter if it's your first interview or your 10th. When it's in English, the pressure can feel double. You're thinking, am I saying this right? Do I sound confident? What if I forget a word?
So true. That's why today's episode is called Job Interview Practice, Smart Answers. We're going to help you sound natural, confident, and professional. No memorized scripts, just real English you can actually use.
You'll learn how to answer common job interview questions like, tell me about yourself, why should we hire you, and what are your strengths and weaknesses? We'll also teach you how to sound calm and fluent, even if your heart is racing.
Think of this episode as your personal rehearsal. You can repeat the phrases out loud, shadow our sentences, and even imagine you're sitting in front of your future employer.
That's right. And remember, there's no perfect English answer. What matters is being clear, polite, and confident. Interviewers are not looking for grammar perfection. They want to see your attitude, honesty, and communication style.
Exactly. And we'll show you how to express all of that using simple but smart English. So, let's set the scene. Imagine this. You've just arrived for your job interview at a modern office. You're dressed neatly, holding your resume, and a friendly receptionist says, "The interviewer will see you now."
You enter the room, smile, and greet them with a calm, "Good morning." They invite you to sit down. That's when the conversation begins, and those first few seconds are crucial.
Yes, because your opening impression decides everything. The way you speak, your tone, your energy, all of it sends a message before you even finish your first sentence.
Many learners make two common mistakes right at the start. First, they speak too fast because they're nervous. Second, they use words that sound unnatural, like respected sir or my good self. Those are too formal for most modern interviews.
Right. Instead of saying, "Respected sir, I am here to attend the interview," a simple, confident, "Good morning. Thank you for having me today," sounds much more natural.
That's your first tip from today's episode. Polite doesn't mean old-fashioned. Modern English in interviews is friendly, not robotic. You can be respectful and relaxed at the same time.
Exactly. Think of it like this. The interviewer wants to talk with you, not at you. They're trying to understand your story, your skills, and how you think.
Speaking of story, let's talk about the first and most common question. Tell me about yourself. It sounds easy, but most people panic here because they don't know where to start.
Yes, I've seen it happen many times. Some people start talking about their entire life story, where they were born, what their parents do, and suddenly it's a 5-minute speech.
Right? But that question is really asking, who are you as a professional? So your answer should include 3 parts: your background, your skills, and your current goal.
Here's an example. I'm Peter, a marketing specialist with 3 years' experience helping small businesses grow their online presence. I enjoy combining creative ideas with data to improve results. I'm now looking for a new challenge in a company that values innovation.
That's a great model. Short, clear, confident. And it shows both experience and motivation. Let's hear one more example for someone just starting out. I recently completed my degree in computer science, where I developed strong problem-solving and teamwork skills. I'm excited to start my career where I can continue learning and contributing to real projects.
Perfect. See? No fancy vocabulary, no long sentences, just clear communication. That's what interviewers love.
And even if you're not confident in English yet, practice saying your answers slowly. Clarity is more powerful than speed.
Here's a quick tip. Record yourself answering a question, Listen to it and ask, do I sound friendly and clear? If yes, you're already winning.
That's such good advice. We'll go deeper into specific interview questions in the next part. How to answer, why should we hire you? What are your strengths? And what's your biggest weakness? All using smart, modern English.
So stay with us. Grab your notebook or just listen closely and repeat with us later. By the end of this episode, you'll have your own professional English answers ready for your next big opportunity.
All right, let's get into the interview room and practice those real conversations together.
All right, let's jump into the fun part, the mock interview. I'll play the interviewer and you'll be the candidate, Sarah. Ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. I have my imaginary resume right here. Let's do this.
Excellent. Imagine we're at an international company called Bright Vision Solutions. You've applied for the position of project coordinator. You walk in, shake hands, and the interview begins. Good morning, Sarah. Please have a seat.
Thank you, Peter. It's great to be here today.
So, Sarah, tell me a little about yourself.
Sure. I'm a project management graduate with 2 years of experience supporting cross-team projects. I enjoy organizing tasks and helping teams meet deadlines. I'm excited about this opportunity because your company focuses on innovation and teamwork, 2 things I really value.
That's an excellent start. Notice how Sarah connected her skills with the company's values. It's confident, but still friendly.
Yes, many people only talk about themselves, but if you link your answer to the company, it shows you've done your homework.
Exactly. Next question. Why should we hire you for this role?
Because I bring both structure and positivity to every project. I've handled scheduling, reporting, and client communication. I'm also quick to learn new tools, which helps me adapt to changing priorities.
Perfect. Short, specific, and confident. You used real skills instead of buzzwords like hardworking or dedicated.
Right. Everyone says those words. It's better to give examples that prove your point.
Now the classic one. What are your strengths?
My biggest strength is communication. Whether I'm writing an email or leading a meeting, I try to make sure everyone understands the next step clearly. I've also learned to stay calm under pressure. That's saved a few deadlines.
I'm sure it has. That answer sounds real, not rehearsed. Always show a strength that fits the job.
And it helps to add a tiny story, something that shows you've lived that skill.
Absolutely. Now let's go for the tricky one. What is your biggest weakness?
The dangerous question. Okay, here's how I'd answer. I used to focus too much on details, which sometimes slowed me down, but I've learned to balance perfection with practicality by setting time limits for each task.
That's brilliant. You turned a weakness into a learning experience. The trick is honesty plus progress.
Exactly. Never say, I don't have any weaknesses. That sounds unrealistic.
Good point. Next, a behavioral question. Tell me about a time you handled a conflict at work.
One example was when 2 team members disagreed about a project timeline. I organized a short meeting to let both sides share their views. We ended up creating a new schedule that satisfied everyone. That taught me how valuable open communication can be.
Excellent. That shows leadership, empathy, and problem solving all in one answer.
And it's structured. Situation, action, result. That formula always works for storytelling answers.
Yes, that's called the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. Simple and powerful.
I love that one. It keeps answers clear and focused.
Let's try one more. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself growing into a project manager role, leading a small team. I want to keep developing my leadership and technical skills while helping the company deliver great results.
Very nice. Ambitious, yet realistic. Remember, interviewers want to hear that you plan to grow with the company, not leave as soon as you learn a few things.
Exactly. Even if you don't know your exact future, focus on learning, improving, and adding value.
Here's one last question. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, and please, learners, never say, "No, I'm fine." Asking questions shows interest. For example, you can ask, "What qualities make someone successful in this role?" Or, "How does the team usually measure success?"
Perfect. It shows curiosity and confidence. Even one thoughtful question can make a strong final impression.
So, the main idea from this mock interview is keep your answers structured, honest, and positive. Use real examples and breathe. Don't rush.
Exactly. And remember, fluency doesn't mean fast talking. It means clear ideas in good rhythm. If you pause before answering, that's totally fine.
You can even say, "That's a great question. Let me think for a second." It sounds natural, not nervous.
That's such a helpful line. Okay, before we move on, let's highlight a few powerful phrases from our dialogue. I'm excited about this opportunity because I bring both structure and positivity to every project. I've handled scheduling, reporting, and client communication. I'm also quick to learn new tools, which helps me adapt to changing priorities. I've also learned to stay calm under pressure. I organized a short meeting to. I see myself growing into. What qualities make someone successful in this role?
All fantastic phrases you can adapt to any interview. And the best part, they sound natural in 2025 English, not like old textbook whines.
Exactly. In the next part, we'll break down those phrases, explain why they work, and show how to use them in your own answers.
So, get ready. We're going to unpack the smart vocabulary behind a strong interview.
All right, Sarah. That mock interview we just did was full of useful expressions. Let's slow down now and unpack the smart language behind those answers.
Good idea. I think many learners don't realize how powerful simple phrases can sound in a professional setting. You don't need complicated words to make a great impression. You just need the right tone and phrasing.
Exactly. Let's start with one of the most flexible lines from our earlier dialogue. I'm excited about this opportunity because. That's a perfect opener when you want to show enthusiasm without sounding fake. Instead of just saying, I'm happy to be here, this phrase connects your motivation to the company or role.
Yes, and it's a beautiful structure. You can follow it with anything personal and relevant. For example, I'm excited about this opportunity because I combine my love for data with real-world business decisions. Or, I'm excited about this opportunity because I admire the company's focus on creativity and innovation.
That's great. It shows genuine interest. And in English-speaking interviews, authentic enthusiasm is a big plus. Interviewers can tell when you're repeating a memorized line.
Next, we had, I bring both structure and positivity to every project. That's such a modern way to describe yourself. It mixes soft skills like positivity with hard skills like structure. It's short, confident, and sounds like a team player.
Right. Instead of just saying, I'm organized, this phrasing gives more dimension. It paints a picture of how you work with others, not just what you do alone. You could adapt it for any job. For example, I bring creativity and problem solving to every design I create. Or, I bring empathy and patience to every client conversation.
Exactly. The pattern, I bring skill 1 and skill 2 to every situation, is a brilliant formula. It's professional but human.
Now, another good one we used was, I've learned to balance perfection with practicality. That's a very natural way to describe a weakness you've turned into a strength.
Yes, Many learners struggle with the weakness question, but this kind of phrase shows self-awareness. You admit a challenge, but you also explain your growth.
You can replace perfection and practicality depending on your field. For example, I've learned to balance creativity with deadlines, or I've learned to balance analysis with quick decision-making.
Those versions sound very natural for different industries, especially creative or tech jobs.
Now, another strong phrase we heard was, I organized a short meeting to let both sides share their views. That's an excellent example of action language, verbs that show leadership and initiative.
Yes, notice the structure. Verb plus purpose. I organized to achieve something. It's clear, it's concise, and it highlights results. For instance, I designed a report to simplify weekly updates. I created a checklist to avoid missing deadlines. I led a discussion to improve teamwork.
Those action verbs, organized, created, designed, led, make your answers sound active, not passive.
Right. Instead of saying, I was responsible for communication, try, I handled communication between departments. That small change shows ownership and confidence.
Then we had another key line, I see myself growing into a project manager role. That's a nice way to talk about your future goals. You're not demanding a promotion, you're expressing direction.
Yes, you can say, I see myself growing into, or I hope to develop into. Both sound polite and future-focused. Here are some examples. I see myself growing into a senior data analyst role. I hope to develop into a leadership position over time. I see myself contributing to larger projects and mentoring juniors.
That's the tone interviewers love, forward-looking but realistic. It tells them this person wants to learn and stay.
And finally, the last important one, what qualities make someone successful in this role? That's not your answer. It's your question for the interviewer, but it's one of the best you can ask.
Absolutely. It shows you care about success, not just salary or hours. It also turns the interview into a real conversation.
Exactly. Interviews are not exams. They're conversations between two people trying to find a good match. Asking smart questions changes your position from candidate to professional peer.
Beautifully said, Sarah. So let's quickly review the key smart phrases we've just unpacked. 1, I'm excited about this opportunity because shows genuine interest. 2, I bring both structure and positivity to every project, mixes hard and soft skills. 3, I've learned to balance perfection with practicality, honest growth statement. 4, I organized a short meeting. 2, active leadership language. 5, I see myself growing into a project manager role, forward-looking, confident goal. And 6, what qualities make someone successful in this role? Curious and professional question.
And remember, you can customize every one of these. Replace structure with creativity, meeting with presentation, manager role with designer role, and suddenly the same structure works for any career.
Exactly. Once you learn the pattern, you can adapt it endlessly. That's how real fluency grows, not by memorizing, but by rebuilding sentences in new ways.
I love that idea. Rebuilding sentences. It's like using Lego blocks. Once you know the shapes, you can build anything.
Perfect metaphor, Sarah. So in the next part, we'll explore how these expressions sound in real-world interviews, the cultural do's and don'ts, tone differences, and how to stay natural when speaking English under pressure.
And we'll even play a short mock interview for a data analyst position, so you can hear these smart phrases in action with different voices.
Before we move into fluency practice, let's explore how a real professional interview sounds. We've invited 2 guests today to demonstrate a complete example. Katie will be the interviewer, and Sam will be the candidate for a data analyst position at Bright Vision Analytics.
Right. This mock interview will show you tone, pace, and structure exactly as it happens in real life. Listen carefully to their rhythm, phrasing, and confidence.
Let's begin.
Good morning, Sam. Thank you for coming in today. How are you?
Good morning, Katie. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm excited to be here and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
Great. Let's start with your background. Could you tell me a little about your experience as a data analyst?
Sure. I've been working as a data analyst for 4 years, mostly in retail analytics. I use SQL, Python, and Power BI to translate raw data into practical insights that help marketing and operations teams make better decisions.
That sounds interesting. What's one project you're especially proud of?
At my previous company, I built a dashboard to track product returns in real time. After we launched it, the team reduced return rates by 12% within 3 months. It felt great to see data directly improve operations.
Impressive. Can you describe a time when you had to explain complex data to non-technical colleagues?
Absolutely. I often work with sales and customer service teams who don't use technical tools. I create simple dashboards with color codes and clear charts so they can see patterns instantly. I also write short summaries highlighting key actions instead of statistical details.
That's a very useful approach. What would you say is your greatest strength as an analyst?
My biggest strength is communication. I love making data understandable. I believe numbers only matter when people can use them to make better decisions. That's why I focus on clear stories behind the charts.
Excellent. And what's a challenge you faced while working with data?
In one project, we had duplicate customer records that skewed our reporting. I developed a cleaning script to identify and remove inconsistencies, then documented the process so the team could reuse it later. It saved us a lot of time and headaches.
Nice. How do you handle disagreement when your data results don't match management expectations?
I focus on the goal we share. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," I say, "Here's what the data suggests. Let's look at how this affects our targets." That keeps the conversation collaborative and solution-oriented.
That's a very professional mindset. Final question. Why do you want to work with our company?
I've followed Bright Vision Analytics for a while and really admire how you use data for social impact projects. I want to contribute to that mission and grow as an analyst in a team that values both innovation and purpose.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sam. That was a pleasure. We'll be in touch soon.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your time and the opportunity to share my experience.
And there we have it. A smooth, professional English interview from start to finish. Katie and Sam kept it clear, concise, and confident.
Yes, notice how they sounded friendly but professional. No overly formal phrases like respected sir and no casual slang either. Just balanced business English.
Exactly. Sam used short sentences, strong verbs, and quantified results, reduced return rates by 12%. That's the language of impact.
And Katie's questions were realistic. They tested communication, problem solving, and attitude, not just technical skill. That's what most modern employers look for.
Also, listen to Sam's pace. He spoke slowly enough to be understood, but never sounded uncertain. That balance is key for non-native English speakers.
Right, and culturally, this style fits almost everywhere, from London to Singapore. Warm, clear, and professional.
So to sum up, confidence without arrogance, facts without filler, and language that serves your message. That's what smart English for interviews sounds like.
Beautifully said. In the next part, we'll take those phrases and practice them together, step by step, so you can speak like Sam in your next interview.
All right, time to build your fluency. You just heard how Sam handled that interview with confidence and clarity. Now, let's practice some of those smart expressions together so you can sound just as natural.
Yes, this is where we turn knowledge into speaking power. We'll say short phrases and you can repeat after us, slowly, clearly, and confidently. Don't worry about accent, focus on rhythm and tone.
Let's start with openings, those first few seconds that set the impression. Repeat after me. Good morning. Thank you for having me today. Again, good morning. Thank you for having me today.
Now, try this version for online interviews. Hi, it's nice to meet you virtually. Once more. Hi, it's nice to meet you virtually.
Perfect. Next, we'll practice how to describe yourself professionally. Repeat. I'm your job title with experience in your field. One more time. I'm your job title with experience in your field.
And here's another natural version. I specialize in turning information into results. Repeat. I specialize in turning information into results.
Nice. Now let's focus on enthusiasm. Repeat this line. I'm excited about this opportunity because it fits my skills and values. Once more. I'm excited about this opportunity because it fits my skills and values.
That one's beautiful. It works for any industry, from teaching to technology. Now let's practice how to discuss achievements. Repeat. I built a system that improved efficiency by 15%.
Again, I built a system that improved efficiency by 15%. Good. If your work doesn't include numbers, you can still show impact. Try this. I helped my team deliver results faster and with better quality. Once more. I helped my team deliver results faster and with better quality.
Excellent. Now let's work on describing your strengths. Repeat. My biggest strength is communication. Once more, my biggest strength is communication.
Now another one. I'm good at solving problems calmly and logically. Repeat. I'm good at solving problems calmly and logically.
Nice flow. Here's one for teamwork. I enjoy working with people from different backgrounds. Repeat. I enjoy working with people from different backgrounds.
Perfect. Now, the tricky part. Weaknesses. We never say, I don't have any. Instead, we show self-improvement. Repeat. I used to focus too much on small details, but now I balance quality with speed. Again, I used to focus too much on small details, but now I balance quality with speed.
That's the kind of honesty interviewers love. Next, let's practice a few diplomatic sentences for tricky moments. Repeat. That's a great question. Let me think for a moment. Once more. That's a great question. Let me think for a moment.
Nice and respectful. Now a few lines for expressing motivation and goals. Repeat. I'm looking for a role where I can keep learning and contribute to meaningful projects. Once more. I'm looking for a role where I can keep learning and contribute to meaningful projects.
Excellent rhythm. Now let's move to closing phrases, the graceful way to end an interview. Repeat. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Again, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
And one more option. I really enjoyed our conversation and look forward to hearing from you. Repeat. I really enjoyed our conversation and look forward to hearing from you.
Perfect. Now let's connect a few of them in sequence, like real dialogue rhythm. Listen, then repeat each line. I'm excited about this opportunity because it fits my skills.
My biggest strength is communication.
I helped my team deliver results faster.
I'm looking for a role where I can keep learning.
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Beautiful flow, right? When you string them together, it sounds smooth and confident, like a natural interview conversation.
Exactly. And here's a quick tip. Record yourself saying these 5 sentences in a single take. If you sound clear and relaxed, you're ready for your real interview.
Yes, and if you feel nervous, smile while speaking. Smiling changes your tone. It makes your voice sound warmer and more confident.
That's so true. A smile adds personality to your English. So keep repeating these phrases whenever you have a few spare minutes. While walking, cooking, or driving, repetition builds confidence automatically.
Exactly. The goal is not to memorize every word, but to let these structures live in your natural speech. Once they flow, you'll sound confident without even trying.
All right, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and give yourself credit. You've just practiced the real English rhythm used in professional interviews.
And next, we'll help you apply it by speaking freely with prompts that make you think, answer, and reflect like you're already in the room with your interviewer.
All right, take a deep breath. You've made it so far. Now it's time for a quick, high-energy review of everything we've practiced. This is your recap workout. Speak along with us, repeat after us, and test your memory as we go.
Yes, no pressure, no notes. Just your voice, your rhythm, your confidence. We'll move fast, so stay with us.
Let's start with the basics, your opening. Repeat after me. Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
Again, good morning. Thank you for having me today. That's your calm, confident start.
Now, how do you introduce yourself? Say it. I'm your job title, with experience in your field.
Perfect. Add one more line. I enjoy solving problems and helping teams achieve results. Nice and smooth.
Next, enthusiasm. Say, I'm excited about this opportunity because it fits my skills and goals.
And once more. I'm excited about this opportunity because it fits my skills and goals. That's genuine modern English.
Good. Now let's talk about strengths. Repeat. My greatest strength is communication.
Or, my biggest strength is attention to detail. You can personalize this one. Choose your real strength.
Exactly. Now, weaknesses. Say, I used to focus too much on small details, but now I balance quality with speed.
That's honesty plus growth, the winning formula.
Next, achievements. Repeat. I built a dashboard that improved performance by 15%.
Or, I created a system that saved my team hours each week. Great! Real results, real English.
Remember the pattern. Action plus result. That's how professionals answer clearly.
Now, practice showing teamwork. Say, I enjoy collaborating with people from different backgrounds.
And one more. I believe teamwork helps everyone grow.
Perfect. That's friendly and professional at the same time.
Let's review polite disagreement. Say, I see your point, and here's another perspective.
Or, let's focus on the goal we share. Both are polite ways to express confidence without conflict.
Excellent. Now let's review questions you can ask the interviewer. Repeat. What qualities make someone successful in this role?
Or, how does this team define success? Those questions show curiosity. They make you sound proactive.
All right, let's test your memory. I'll say a keyword, and you recall the sentence. Ready? Keyword 1, opportunity. Did you say, I'm excited about this opportunity because? Perfect. Keyword 2, strength. My biggest strength is excellent. Keyword 3, weakness.
I used to, but now. That's the structure. Nice job. Keyword 4, team.
I enjoy collaborating with people from perfect rhythm. Keyword 5, question.
What qualities make someone successful in this role? Exactly right.
Great. Now, a lightning round. I'll say the question, you answer aloud. Ready? Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? What is one challenge you faced? And finally, do you have any questions for us?
Amazing. If you answered even half of those confidently, you're already interview ready.
Exactly. Remember, your goal isn't to sound perfect, it's to sound present. Fluency is when your mind and your message move together smoothly.
Yes, and every time you repeat these short, powerful lines, you train your English reflex. You'll think faster, speak clearer, and feel calmer.
So, one final mini drill before we wrap this section up. Say this entire flow after us, like your interview mantra. Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
I'm a professional with experience in my field.
I'm excited about this opportunity because it matches my skills and goals.
My greatest strength is communication.
I used to focus too much on details, but now I balance quality with speed.
I enjoy collaborating with people from different backgrounds.
What qualities make someone successful in this role?
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
And there it is, your complete English interview chain. If you can say those 8 sentences naturally, you already sound professional.
Yes, keep that chain saved, practice it daily, and your confidence will double with every round.
Exactly. In our final section, we'll wrap up with a short motivational message and give you one simple homework challenge to apply everything you've learned today.
So, take a sip of water, stretch your neck, and get ready for your final confidence boost. You've earned it.
Take a deep breath. You've just completed an entire interview journey, from introductions to final questions, from fluency practice to reflection. That's a big step forward in your English growth.
Absolutely. Think about it. You didn't just learn vocabulary today. You trained your mindset. You practiced how to think, respond, and speak like a professional. That's real-world fluency.
And remember, confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you build. Each time you speak out loud, record yourself, or answer a question in English, you're adding one more layer of skill.
Exactly. Fluency grows in small daily moments. You might not notice it first, but one day you'll realize you just had an entire English conversation, smoothly, naturally, without translating in your head.
That's the goal of the English growth, to help you turn English into a subject, into a habit. And interviews are the perfect test of that habit because they combine language, confidence, and emotional control.
Yes, and now you have tools for all three. You know how to greet politely, how to describe your experience clearly, and how to close a conversation professionally. Those skills go beyond job interviews. They help in meetings, networking, and even daily communication.
Let's quickly reflect. What was your favorite phrase from this episode? Maybe, "I'm excited about this opportunity because," or "let's focus on the goal we share." Keep that line in your head. Make it your signature sentence. It can remind you of how capable you already are.
I love that idea. Everyone should have one signature sentence that feels natural and strong. It's like a verbal handshake, your way of saying, "I belong here."
Exactly. And to keep your momentum, here's your homework challenge.
Homework time, my favorite part. What's the mission today?
Simple. Record yourself answering 3 interview questions. 1. Tell me about yourself. 2. What is your biggest strength? 3. Why do you want this job? Keep each answer under 1 minute. Speak slowly, smile, and listen back. Notice your tone, your clarity, and your body language. Then, the next day, record again. You'll already sound more fluent.
That's such a good exercise. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And hearing your own voice in English helps you get comfortable with it. That's how confidence really grows.
Exactly. Another small challenge: at least once this week, answer a daily question in English, out loud, even if nobody's listening. For example, what did I achieve today? Or what am I grateful for? If you can explain your thoughts clearly, you can handle any interview.
That's true. The more you think in English, the easier it becomes to speak in English. And when the real interview day comes, your brain won't freeze. It will simply continue the practice you've already been doing.
Let's also talk mindset before we close. Many learners worry they'll forget words or make small grammar mistakes. But here's the truth. Even native speakers do that. What matters is your message, not your perfection.
Yes, listeners remember confidence, not commas. So when you walk into that interview room or log into that Zoom call, tell yourself, "I'm ready to share what I know," because you are.
Exactly. Think of yourself as a problem solver, not just a job seeker. You're not begging for a position, you're offering value, skill, and perspective. That mindset changes your whole body language.
And remember to breathe. A deep breath before you speak resets everything. Your tone, your speed, even your thoughts. It's like a natural refresh button for your confidence.
I like that. So before we sign off, let's do one last confidence affirmation together. Repeat after us. I'm confident, prepared, and ready to grow.
I speak with clarity and purpose.
My English improves every time I use it.
And I'm ready for my next opportunity.
Beautiful. You've got this.
And we're proud of you for staying till the end.
Learning English takes courage, and you showed that today.
Thank you for spending this time with us. If you enjoyed today's episode, keep practicing with other topics. We have lessons on business communication, workplace English, and daily fluency habits waiting for you.
And remember, consistency is your best teacher. Even 5 minutes a day can change your speaking confidence forever.
This is Peter.
And I'm Sarah.
And together, we help you grow your English.
One real conversation at a time.
Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and keep growing.